Hello and welcome to the Regulars. I'm Stacey McGonigal.
Good morning. I'm Jason DeRoss.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. We're here. It's Wednesday. Happy hump
Yeah.
day, everyone.
Happy hump day. Amanda's back.
I know, isn't that nice? She said that she's been working. She hasn't been able to catch us live. Hello, hello. You have been missed. Welcome back. That's nice.
We did it.
It's nice to be missed, you know?
Who are you saying that to?
Just everyone in my life.
It sounds like miss me.
There is nothing better than being missed. Don't
Is
you
there
think?
something to like, I don't know, when you have something like
A
I don't
lover,
know.
like
I don't want to
like
say
a
it because it feels
child.
terrible to you. What's that?
What?
This has started off super solid. We're killing it.
Listen, it is solid. Like I'm wearing like a businesswoman blouse. I'm very like, you know, what is it?
Summer fresh.
Summer fresh, Little House on the Prairie. Orange is the new orange. Everything is correct today. You know, I'm businesswoman. I've already, you know, lived a life this morning. I've already Audrey's in the chat. Missed her. So many pals are here. You're killing it, Jason. But isn't it nice to be missed?
Yeah. And I don't know what I was saying. It's just more like there is something that is so nice when something like maybe something bad happens or something like you just go away for a bit and then you come back and like when people do miss you, that's really nice. I don't know.
I think that's why children miss their parents. I think it's the one thing that makes them enjoyable. When you come home to a mess and they go, I missed you. And then you somehow feel, okay.
Yeah.
I would assume. I do not have the pleasure. But listen, can we just talk about what's actually the elephant in the room is that Jason has had maybe less than 3 hours of sleep. And so I am here. I am galvanized. I am ready. I am prepped to just take this podcast on my back today.
No. I'm good.
And
I'm here.
Run it over the finish line. I will.
I put a bunch of stuff in my coffee. Give me
What'd
3
you put?
minutes. And I'm gonna, like alcohol, cocaine, heroin, acid. I'm good to go.
Oh my God. Don't say things that are real. Or that you wish were.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be a cocktail. Jesus.
Yeah, so Jason is dead to the world, but he's here and he's going to work so damn hard, and we're really, really, really excited about that.
Good to go. And you know what else? You know also why I'm tired? It's not why I'm tired, but I just figured this would be a fun segue anyways. Since Monday, I've really put time into 2 TV shows.
Okay, which ones?
Catastrophe.
Okay, yeah. And?
But you said that was, look, Jen said I would really love it. And I do. I love it. Already done a season, which is crazy.
Okay, and
but
what else?
2, the one that you're going to want to talk about a bit more probably is Love on the Spectrum.
Okay, yeah. I thought you were going to say Normal People.
You would think that.
It's just never the way for me and you, is it?
What are you talking? These are 2 shows that you did want to talk about.
Okay,
maybe Catastrophe, not
Elizabeth
so much.
is in the chat, and she says that she hopes that your insomnia and lack of sleep provides a sassy Jason, which I can tell you,
It's
Elizabeth,
coming.
it's here. This is baby who needs bottle, and so that's just what it is. And I also want to thank Shayla for saying that she's loving my yellow vibe today.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. And we've got the thumbs up from Snake King on the Palm Springs.
Palm Springs, a very good watch. I agree. So you didn't watch Normal People.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Actually, I think I got them confused, Normal People and Catastrophe, so I started watching Catastrophe.
But Jan said she loved Catastrophe. I haven't watched it.
But isn't that because eventually you guys pitched to me, Jan in the chat, you here, was like, it's got heart, it's got everything. That was Catastrophe we're talking about, right? Or was that Normal People?
Amanda says she has decided that Fleabag is next on her list, and I highly recommend. You are about to have an amazing time.
Season 1 and 2 are different journeys, but both great journeys.
Oh my God. Season 2. Oh my God. Whoo. No, Normal People I started watching, and wow. I'm moving to Ireland, and I never thought I would be into a silver chain.
Oh wait, no, but Normal People is the teenage love, right? Like this is high school or
Listen, you say teenage love, but it doesn't feel that way.
I think you had a different teenage experience though too.
Oh yeah, you ever seen Malcolm in the Middle, the youngest kid?
Are you talking about ears with a shaved head?
Yeah. Was his name Dewey? That was me. You think anyone's gonna ask me to the dance? I hope so. I love a slow dance.
What were those dances called? Because I never experienced them. And then I found
Sadie
out,
Hawkins?
Yeah. I didn't know they existed. I didn't know they were real until like maybe 10 years ago. Someone told me that was a thing. And I was like, that's not a thing.
Oh, yeah. Sadie Hawkins is definitely a reality I've lived where people were like, no, thank you, when I asked them out. So.
Well, the only thing is the flip, right? It's a gender flip of like, I guess at a dance in back in the day, men would ask women to dance. And then Sadie Hawkins is just a flip on that.
Which is a nightmare to me. That's why I don't like Bumble. Because like I have to make the first move. I'm like, for what, for who, for when? That's not happening. So Shayla says that Norma Purple is the new Barbara of Somerville. And people really want Barbara back.
Everybody wants Barbara back.
I want Barbara back. Stand, Barbara. Stand. So I'm really okay. Well, I'll watch Catastrophe. I'm currently watching, like I said, Normal People. It's all I can think about. It's all the only thing I want to talk about.
Well, then I got to get on it, but now I've got to finish Catastrophe first, which actually won't take that long.
But
I'm already done like a season and a half.
For people who have watched Normal People in the chat, there's something about an Irish man who I know is 25. So it's like, he's not in my wheelhouse. Like I'm not, but for when he says Marianne in his Irish accent, I die a million deaths, like dead. Then I didn't realize that he doesn't say think, he says tink, and I'm dead in my heart. Ugh, it's beautiful.
Wait a minute. So like when I say words wrong, it's a thing. But when he says tink instead of think,
he has an Irish accent.
I'm not even going to try an accent.
Please don't ruin it for me. Please, Jason, please don't ruin it for me. Please don't ruin it. Please don't.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay. Please don't surprise me with it.
That was like a goalie block because it was coming.
I know it was. I felt it. Jameson says you can follow Connell's chain on Instagram because he has this little silver chain. And I never thought I would enjoy a baseball chain, which is what I call them. Like, those like, what I'm talking about? Like the tight chains. Whew.
It's a step up from a puka necklace.
It really is like a puka shell. It's a step up. Yeah, no, I'm very much into it. I can't.
Accents change the game.
Oh, accents change the game.
It's like if you want to be at the top of the food chain when you're dating, just go to another country and then you're the one with the accent.
Yeah, but I don't.
Dating tips, Jason DeRoss.
Bonning's coming in saying I'm looking gorgeous. I'm letting it land.
I think Haley hit you up too. So like,
oh, she's loving the coral lip. Okay.
It's a day for you.
I'm having a day. Wow.
It's great.
You start the day wearing a helmet for an audition, and then you have to change it up.
Helmet with a toothpick.
Hello. So today,
I want to ask you a question though first about, because you watched Love on the Spectrum, did you not?
I did.
2 questions about it then, because for sure I've already like cried a couple times and I love this show.
Oh my God. I mean, yeah, of course.
However, do they ever, I think I'm like maybe 6 episodes in. Maybe,
oh, you're ahead of me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Then you're not gonna be able to answer this question. Maybe someone in the chat will.
Why? What's your question?
I just want to know if like characters come back, because it seems like every episode they'll recap a bit, but then they'll bring in the next person that's going this dating experience, and you watch them go on a first date. But then I'm like,
I don't know.
I thought we were following a couple of these people.
I know.
I want to follow a couple of them.
I will say, Love on the Spectrum is so great. I love the.
Oh no, they don't. Potty watches it. They don't go back. So they don't go back to Mike in the first episode. You've seen the first episode.
Oh,
where
of
the
course,
guy's like,
I've
I'm
seen
an
3.
A+. Like that guy's great. Have you gotten to the point where Calvin goes on a date yet?
No.
Calvin goes on a date with a woman that I'm like, this is why I was going to bring it up to you, because I think that you'll love this woman.
Why? Tell me about it.
She walks in. This is like a tiny Roseanne bar, and like when Roseanne Bar was Roseanne Bar, and she just walks in and she's like, "How's it going? Okay, great. We're just gonna sit right here. Okay, perfect."
No. Are you trying to say that that's me on a date? So you can just say what you're thinking.
I'm saying that's the 11-year-old you on a date for sure.
What?
The 11. If you were 11 years old and you went on a date, this girl. She doesn't. He's like, so he's trying to ask him questions, and she's getting really awkward. But she's just steamrolling through. She's like, "Oh, you're gonna play some video games. You want to play my Switch?" And she just pulls it out, and they start playing Switch together.
Yeah.
But the funniest part is, they all have these. All these shows have these tropes, right? Like it's like you throw to them, and they have their little confessional. And at one point, they throw to Calvin, and he's having his confessional, and he goes, well, the thing is, like, I like Anna, and she likes video games, and I like anime, and she doesn't really like anime. And then you hear, she goes, "That's a lie. I actually really like anime. I just like video games more."
But isn't that nice? Like, I love it. It's like,
it's one of the funniest moments on TV for me ever. I mean, it was like probably 2 a.m. I was crying, but like,
I just like that people are so themselves and also very honest on dates. Like when they're like, "Hey, is this going to work out?" And then she's like, honestly, like, I'm just thinking this is friend material." And he's like, "Great. Like, I think you're friend material too." And they're like, "Well, then this is a great date. We found friends."
I know. And I really wanted to go back because I just wanted to.
But don't you wish you could
like,
do that on a date?
I don't want to spoil this for people, but like, there hasn't really been too much of a success rate yet.
Yeah, but that's dating.
Totally, it's dating. That's why I want to see them follow these people.
But what's great is
we can get to a hit. Like, not how many people are going to get these hit on the first date? Like,
but what's great is they're not wasting their time. No one's wasting their time. I love that. I don't like my time to be wasted. I don't want to go on a date with some freaking HR whatever who's like, you know.
You're talking about that first girl too that was like, "I'm just anxious," and like left Mike there and was like, "I gotta go." And he was like, "Okay,
bye."
But then we're not going back to see Mike another. That's
well.
Crazy
What Botting said was that some people go on dates with other people from the series. So there's like kind of like.
I'm waiting for that too because you're like, how do I set these people up? That's good.
Yeah.
Great. I'm in.
Yeah.
And they check in with them at the end. Okay, great.
Elizabeth goes, "I hope no one in the chat works in HR." No, I just mean like, you know, when you're on a date with a stinker and you're just like, how long do I have to frickin' sit here? You know?
Girl who burps. Yeah, the girl who burps. Yeah.
Like a bad date and you just like, that's why I'm so glad we've shifted to like dates being like drinks first. Just grab a drink and then you can be like, no.
Well, I mean, I was not dating during the time of like Tinder and stuff, but as I've been told by a couple people.
Stop bragging about it.
Yeah, I'm bragging about it. When we courted and we showed up in a buggy and we're like, "Oh, you have to ask her dad if you can date."
And my name was Duggar. Very funny. Well, I also
most of the women I dated got polio.
We didn't have what we call now a vaccine.
And what I mean by vaccine is governments planting things into your body. Anyways, I'm an anti-vaxxer.
Don't even joke about that. I'm also sorry. Today is just going to be like a sun and shade day. Hey,
it is here too. Look at it's like we're singing under the same one star. What's that Disney song?
Oh my God. That's so nice. Haley says she's also never Tindered. Okay, Haley.
And there's another, all over. Never tried dating apps. Oh, what I was getting at is like my friends that do what we're doing those or are doing those told me it's like
what
people expect you to kind of go, even be like, this isn't working like right away. They're like, yeah. Some friends that I've talked to are like, it's pretty dismissive. It's like you can go in and be like, after half an hour, go, this isn't working, right? No, okay, good. And then nobody cares about it. They just go their separate way.
Can I tell you?
Elizabeth also never.
If I was on a date and someone a half an hour in came to me and said, I know this isn't going to work, I'd be like, I would implode. I think I'm a good at least half an hour time.
You would and you wouldn't. Here's the reason.
No, I just would.
You would, but what if it was like you were dating and you were like 15 minutes and being like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And then he goes, you know what, this isn't working. You'd be like, you got it. High five.
I'd say, excuse me, it's not working for who? Because it's certainly not working for me. I'd like to know where you get off.
At the first sniff that something's going wrong at work, Stacey walks in and goes, I quit. You can't fire me. I quit. I quit.
I've done it twice. If someone after a half an hour meeting me was like, this ain't going to work, I would be like, you need to unpack that.
We're not Tinder pros. That's what it is too.
Haley says she actually applied to work for Bumble and the key requirements is knowledge of the app.
Well,
Bumble's a nightmare.
That's relationshipist. Because like then if you're married, how can you get familiar with the app?
Oh, so Jameson said he went on Tinder once. I'm assuming it's Tinder. He goes, 3 people in, he found a friend. They matched, texted each other, laughed, and then they both deleted the app.
Yeah. I could believe that.
I remember seeing friends on the app, but I was just like, I'm not even going to acknowledge. I'm like, you do your nastiness. I'm going to do my nastiness, and we'll see where we end up. It's also just nice to see your friends' profiles and what they're doing. Kayla says she has no regrets for Tinder. Said it before, but she met her husband on Tinder, and they had a lot of fun. And before that, had a lot of fun. Oh, hell yeah.
Before that, I've had a lot of fun. Then I met my husband.
Then it stopped. No, I've never done the Tinder, but I've done the Bumble and I've done the Hinge. Those are the ones that I've done.
What's the difference? What's the premise of Hinge? I don't remember.
I like Hinge way better because it's like there's like 4 or 5 different areas for photos, but then I think the questions are better. Like you have opportunity.
But it's not like, because Bumble is the hook is that women make the first move.
Women have to make the first move, and you have 24 hours, and I'm just like, don't fucking rush me ever.
But
also,
then, so what's the difference with Hinge? What's different than Hinge other than
you
just
can both like each
photos?
other, but you can't just like a profile. You have to like a certain aspect of someone's profile to like them. So like there's like different areas, and you would have to go.
Well, this sounds like Love on the Spectrum, because they all walk in and go, what are your interests? Okay, we're looking for common interests.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that just seems like it's
on Hinge you have to answer more, so you get to see more personality, and you get to see who's a dud and who's a loser and who's good. So if I'm scrolling and I'm seeing, don't get me started on pineapple on pizza, I'm out of there. If you say, what's my typical Sunday? Watching The Office. I can't with it. I'm over it.
Haley brings up a great point. I've been a third wheel on Tinder meetups with my friend. Why? To make sure it's legit.
1,000%. What, are you going to go get murdered? No, thank you. No, thank you.
That's crazy.
What do you mean?
No, it's crazy in a terrible way that I've never thought of. Of course, it makes sense.
When I first got on the
because
apps,
there's probably a lot of fucking freaks out there.
They're weirdos. I remember the first time I was on Hinge, I matched with this guy, and he was just like, he never asked me anything personal while chatting. And at one point he just went, I think you're something special. And I was like, goodbye. You're a murderer. You're a murderer.
I'm not, I swear.
He was just saying everything that he thought women would want to hear. But I'm like, you don't even know my last name, and you're telling me I'm something special? Get out of here.
And I don't mean just in your looks, like your personality.
Yeah, that's what he was doing. And I was
so smart. I got a van out back.
You want to get in? It's called, the bar I'm thinking of is called The Second Location.
Isn't this funny how this place is just a Jackasters, but on the TV shows are going to call it, and at the next location. This guy narrates an unsolved mystery as he thinks he's through the day.
As he's doing it, yeah. No, thank you. Absolutely not. So I did want to bring up that I have brought, and I am prepared to talk about my Chloe Ting results. I'm going to put them on the internet.
Okay.
I showed them to Jason, and Jason's immediate reaction was, I did mine wrong.
I did do mine wrong. Because yours look like if it looks like pictures the way they would be framed and everything in an ad for like the before and after. Me, it's just looking in the mirror going.
So, okay, I want people to know that my face was in the photos. I have.
Yes, but you told me you cropped it out.
I cropped it out. Jason didn't know that that was a possibility, but.
No, I just didn't think that's what you did. It looks like you've taken. Anyways, yes, I didn't think about the second step of obviously very easily cropping out stuff.
I am excited to show my results. I will.
But here's the thing: then you don't see the results of the face. Like, why is it that area that you're focusing on? Like, my face is going to hopefully get.
Has my face changed?
Big time.
How has it changed?
It's just that it's really smart, and it's just like its personality is shining. I really think you did a lot of great work.
Hey, do you know what I think would be really cool? Why don't you put a little mask over my eyes and
leave your shoe here at the second location just for fun.
I'll leave one shoe and an unbroken cell phone on the road. We're terrible people making fun of like fucking tragedies. I can't. But I thought I would show them. Now, I do want to say that I have maintained and I am keeping up with Chloe Ting. Although I'm not doing her workouts every day, I am on my Peloton every day.
So what are you doing now other than your Peloton? Or now it's just Peloton?
I'm doing Chloe Ting, so I do that about 4 times a week.
But which program? Are you back on the same program you were doing the 2
I'll
week?
do the 14-minute one that's like, do this every day because I love it so much. And then I will switch up like different ab workouts.
Because after I'm done the 30-day, which for me is tomorrow, and I'll maybe bring pictures for Friday.
Jason's really struggling. So I thought that I would show.
Because my photos are going to be all the same photo.
But you are delusional.
I'm not. I am not. You'll see. If I get brave enough to show them.
I really didn't think that I was changing in any capacity.
You know what the one difference will be? In one of them, I'll have a massive sunburn right here.
But no silver chain.
No, but it'll look like I could maybe put it in post.
Oh my God. Everyone's going to just be driven wild. What will they do?
Sounds like something a delusional person would say.
Is that what it's Claire? But I think Jason has progressed. You haven't noticed a difference in my face. So I also.
But your pictures, which people will see in a second, I know that you're like, don't use the word transformation or whatever, but like, there's definitely like, this is, it worked. It did something.
It did something.
It did.
It did something, which is great.
Elizabeth is doing all these different ones with her boyfriend too. Did the 14, 21, now the 28 day. Great. Because the reason why I was asking you is because come this weekend, I'm going to start a next one, and I'm going to see if I'm going to do a whole nother program.
What other program are you going to do?
It's a Chloe Ting, but I'm like, which one? I don't know. That's why I'm asking, like, which one you were doing.
I'm probably going to do her new ab program, just because I want some new videos.
She's got a new ab program.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it a certain amount of time? Like, is it
I think they're short. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I think it's like a 4-week.
Good. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm ready to take on another mountain.
But I think you should just do
Jameson already won me over. Do the 2-week shred, man. If people say that to me and they just said man at the end, I go, okay, that sounds good. Just have this drink, man. Cool. I'm in.
Yeah. I will say, like, oh my God, I'm setting it up right now and I'm just freaking out. It's so, I can't believe I'm putting this on the internet. I hope I get rich. I'm going to put it in between us, so I don't know if people will be able to see it, and then they can, we can break it down. But a couple things I want to say. You should just do the 2-week shred. I will continue doing it. It's awesome workouts.
Okay.
I will say this. So you know how
she just changed her site up like 2 days ago, so now it looks different and it's updated. But yeah, I'll try to find it.
But I'll send it to you. I just hope this time you actually listen to me. Now, I will say this. So what I've been loving is, we're always so hard on ourselves and we're always like working out for some sort of result, right?
Yeah.
Like being thin or thinness. And that's kind of what you're looking for. I will
And
tell
then I
you.
go on months, and then I go on a month binge of like pasta, pizza, and beer.
Exactly. Because we're not approaching fitness with the
through
right
a healthy glass.
Through a healthy glass. Because we're not looking at it going like, hey, so for me, I talk about this on the podcast all the time. Everyone knows about this. I struggle with anxiety. I mean, everyone, I know everyone does. But it can kind of be consuming. And I find getting on my freaking Peloton and listening to some like pop music really just levels me out. I now look forward to it every day. And then with Chloe Ting, it's like an extra like exertion and release of stress. And I love feeling stronger. And I feel like my posture has gotten better, which I was surprised that those are the things I would love the most. So like I'm loving getting stronger because I'm like finding I can bike around the city and I'm less winded. I'm like, I can do things more. And I have realized over this shred that I'm less impressed with how little I look and how strong and how much stronger I look.
I agree. Like that I'm seeing results in because, like because of my choices in life, I have a terribly bad body. Like my back sucks and my whatever, like I've wrecked a lot of things. So I'm working towards a surfing journey.
You're not going to be able to do that because
it's on my vision board that you helped me create.
because you can't do that because your back is fucked and your legs are fucked.
It's not anymore. That's what I'm getting at. Like this working out is like
no. I
mean, my back is fucked for sure. And the doctors have told me there's no spinal fluid between 3 discs. They're bone on bone. They're like, you're never going to run. That's not going to happen. But surfing, there's no running. So,
Jameson, can you respond, please? Do the 2-week
I need
shred.
a foam roller. You know who told me that? Adam Colley. So I will agree with you, Haley. I would agree with you anyways, but Adam Colley has put the stamp on it.
Here's the thing too. Okay, so I'll just give you the before and after. No one needs this like shenanigan. So I'm being brave, and the before is wild to me. Okay, so ready?
Oh yeah.
So
I'm not reacting because I can't see it just yet.
But you've seen the photo.
There it is. Now I could.
Yeah.
YouTube is a bit behind for me, so the chat and stuff. But like, great. There it is.
Here is my before and after.
And I didn't do a side view, and I think the side view is actually more telling than the front view. And I think that's where I'm upset on myself. I didn't take a side profile view.
Oh, everyone's being so kind. Thank you so much. Now, I do want to say this, and this is why I'm so glad we were talking about we talked about periods like last week. I had my period during this 2-week shred, and you can.
Do you want me to guess which one it's in?
Yeah. I think you'll get it.
Week 5.
Yes. Yes.
But if it's in week 5, that also means like your before is also, because that would be you were probably going through it in the first picture.
And as Shayla said, I had a vacay in there. So I'm going to
That's right, you did.
I'm going to be taking another photo at the end of this week. So this is what I'm saying here.
Well, mine are not going to be. This is the problem with this is like, you ever go on stage and the person before you just murders it, and then you're like, well, okay, I better really step it up. It's like, I don't have anything to step it up with here. I'm going to show you my pictures.
What do you mean?
And there's no. You've got a transformation here. This is a beautiful caterpillar into a beautiful butterfly.
Oh my God.
But I'm just going to be an inchworm and stay an inchworm.
No, you're being ridiculous. I'll show the side view again. You can tell also like I had a vacay, and then also there was 1 week where I like had no car, or I was not drinking at all and like was eating so clean, and you can tell. And I've since gone back to that because I just felt better.
I think I just found out from our community who you'd be best friends with.
Who?
It's Haley, because she just said, hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's, sorry, I'm like super blown out with this light, but yeah, no, I was really nervous to do that, and I'm, and I didn't think there was any changes, but I couldn't fit in this blouse before,
Then game on. I just yesterday bought a whole bunch, because I never buy new clothes. I do it like once a year, and then I'll go to like one of those like outlet malls and be like,
Yeah.
I love spending a day at an outlet mall.
Oh,
It's like
outlet malls are
one
so
of my
fun.
favorite because I'm sale king. Love it. So I'll go and I'll go crazy. But because of the situation we're in, I'm like, well, I haven't bought anything for a while. So I bought a bunch of shirts yesterday and I bought them in a size where I'm like,
No.
will this fit me right now?
Okay.
And we'll see.
Okay.
I know it's the dumbest thing. You don't buy a size down and then be like, I'll fit into this because it never does. I have a whole closet full of those shirts.
Can I tell you this? You
but
need
these
to stop
ones are
doing
supposed
that.
to fit me right now, but they'll look even better if I can get rid of
Jason,
this. Like,
do you understand the toxic environment that you are creating by buying clothes that don't fit, and then you're sitting there?
no, they fit me. They if I bought the size, if I did buy the size up, they would not fit me either for the opposite reason.
Listen,
I'm in a place.
I know.
Because look,
I've done it
I have
too.
a body that goes like this. I have a body that goes like this. Like if you see me from here up, it's like, oh, that guy might be even in shape. But then it goes, whoop. It's like.
Do you want me to show you my before and after again?
Do you remember my beak? Do you remember like in science class when you had those beakers that are like a long tube and then it goes bubbles out? Like that's my body. And so like finding a shirt that sits right here, but then all of a sudden it's got to get over this speed bump in the middle. It's just
You're
impossible.
being so mean to yourself.
I'm being. This is what I have to deal with when I put on clothes.
Because you buy clothes.
Plus
that don't
buying shoes. I got shoes that are just, this. I've got feet that are 2 sizes different than each other.
Exactly. Claire is so accurate. Jason, be nice to Jason. Because you're
I'm being nice.
You're not being nice to Jason.
None of this bothers me. This is just
Yes,
where
it
I'm
does.
at.
I just can't believe you would buy clothes that are not fitting you. You're doing yourself
No,
a disservice.
look, it's like.
No, it's not like anything. It's
Yeah,
not
it
like
is.
anything. This is a real argument.
This is pear-shaped, dad bod. It's all true stuff.
Jason looks amazing. He's super hard on himself, and he loves to stay in that zone. So he buys clothes he knows will not fit, so he can continue to feel bad about himself.
I used to have a T-shirt that had a pear on the front of it, and I thought it was fun for 2 reasons. I was like, yeah, this is my body on here, but 2, that it had nothing to do with that. It was for a group called Terror of Tiny Town, which just sounds so weird, but like.
Thank you,
Do you know that
Claire. All bodies are good and worthy bodies. And I agree.
Got it. I'm not putting my body down. I'm just saying I bought a shirt that if I bought the one size up, it'll look like it's way too baggy up here. Because I have a few of those and they look like I'm wearing muumuus because they just hang off your body.
Yeah.
But then if I buy the size that's down, that fits here,
Yeah.
but then down here it goes whoop.
Yeah.
It looks tight. So I got like those little stretch marks around your thing. Anyways.
Yes, of course.
So I'm buying clothes that fit me. I'm just buying clothes that are like, if I could trim my stomach up, they'll look like they fit
That's
me more.
yeah, but stop doing that. Just stop.
But I can't buy the other way. I'm saying,
Then go to a different store. Go to a different store. Okay, enough.
I get it. This is boring content.
No, it's not boring content. You're just not listening.
What's that?
It's like you're on a hill and you're like, how do I get up? And everyone's like, you gotta move forward. And you're like, back? Well, if I go back, I'm not gonna get up the hill. We're like, you gotta move up the hill. And you're like,
There's a cliff over here.
it's so frustrating.
Echo. I don't have an echo.
Oh my God. Listen, I am a 4 at an Old Navy and I'm like a 16 at an Aritzia. Like the sizing in stores means
It's because
nothing.
Aritzia is for children.
No, it's not. It's
It
not
is.
built
It's
for
for ladies that are in grade 9.
It's not built for women. I love Old Navy because Old Navy is size inclusive. Their sizing is great. They understand that women have breasts and that they should fit in tops. But like there is just sizing all over the place. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
You know this when we go and do commercials and the wardrobe woman asks what size you are.
Oh, she yells at me all the time.
Oh, I get yelled at all the time because I'm like, I'm this
and I'm like,
size.
no, this is it. Like you asked me what pant size I wear, and I told you what pant size I
Are you
Actually,
saying?
that's
Are you saying what's in the chat right now? Not only is it my favorite thing, Stacey is right. I love hearing that. So thank you so much. But also, Jason, we just want you to feel amazing about yourself. And that is what I will say about this Chloe Ting thing is like, it is, for me, it was the start of like a journey of like, oh, Stacey, like you have the power to feel better about yourself. And then doing this challenge, it made me realize that does not mean me being like lethal. It's like, I love this size right now. So it's really empowered me to be like, you're taking care of yourself. You're waking up every day in a better mood because you're getting those endorphins. It's just like, you just got to keep it going.
I agree with all these things, but I can still buy shirts that I'm like, I got
That
to
don't
figure out, do I
fit?
buy the medium or do I buy the large? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's great. I'm all in, but like next week when or Friday when we have a cool guest on the show,
Oh yeah.
I will try. I mean, I probably won't. I'll show my pictures, and they won't come from the profile view, which is probably the better view that shows like the change in the transformation.
This one? I'll show you one more time. This is the thing.
I just mean in general, like shots from the.
Is Stacey
side,
about
like
to murder
Jason?
Says Elizabeth. Yes, I'm about to murder him with love. But here's the thing. It's like, okay, Jay, like, look, you can see in that third photo, that's when I was eating like super clean. And I was like doing her like ab workouts like every day. And the back is an interesting shot too, but I didn't include them.
And then the fourth is when you went to a cottage, right?
Yeah.
Fourth or fifth.
Yeah. Different. Yeah.
But it's great.
It's great, but I'm saying like I didn't think there was a change, but then that's why you take photos and you're like, oh damn, there is a change.
I know, but I've been looking at my photos. Okay, so this is what I didn't tell you when we started off. I was like, I was going to tell you something.
What else? What else haven't you? What do you?
No. It's not that at all. It's I'm gonna play a game with these photos for you. It's called the Pepsi Challenge. It's like I'm gonna not order them in the direct way that was chronologically lost weight, and I'm gonna see if you can figure out.
No. I'm not going to play that game because I'm not even doing it. So I'm not even
because they're all the same picture.
You're actually annoying me, and I would throw you off the cliff at this particular juncture.
What would J-Bone do?
Jana's not in the chat to save you today.
I know. This is when I need her.
But yeah, so I mean, the Chloe Ting, it's continuing. I'm continuing it on. The journey is still proceeding.
I love it.
Thank you.
Are you still going to do weekly photos then, or what are you going to do? No photos anymore?
Oh yes, I love taking the progress photos because that's the thing. It's like, it's nice because you get in your head, why am I doing this? This isn't for anything. But I'm also not restricting. I refuse to diet. I refuse to diet completely.
Do you remember that long time ago when we watched The Last Dance, which feels like forever ago, but it's during this pandemic, and it was even after Tiger King, so it can't be that long ago. And Michael Jordan, the thing we learned about him was like he even made stories up in his head about a guy saying hello wrong to him to keep the fight going.
Right.
So it's like that's what we're doing. You're taking these pictures to keep the fight going.
I'm not. I'm taking these photos because I'm just like, oh wow, like look at this transformation. Like
I'm not saying it as a bad thing. I was going to say my motivation. I am putting motivation. I have a birthday, and my birthday's in September, so it's not far off. So I'm working towards. I want to see a transformation by my birthday.
But my thing is, and this is why I show my photos as not as anything, but to say that it's a proof to me that you can make change in little amounts of time. I also like did a week of clean eating, which will happen sometimes. I also like had wonderful hangouts with friends and awesome glasses of wine and delicious dinners and wonderful desserts. And I refuse to spend my life going, no to those moments. I am feeling so much better mentally and finding actual moderation, you know?
Yeah.
You're not even listening.
Haley's right. It's just personal accountability.
It's personal accountability. Jameson says, I think that could help with the progress feelings because your eyeballs are deceiving sometimes. Yeah, taking measurements. But I mean, like, thanks, Elizabeth. That's very nice. But I just am like so sick of us being like, well, we can't have the cake, we can't have the things. It's like, you know, yes, you can. If you know, you totally can. Yeah. It's not about, I refuse to live a life of restriction. I freaking absolutely refuse to do it. I'm happy this shape. This is a really, like, I'm into it. So it's like, and I'm only at that point because every day I make myself feel better by like getting on the freaking Peloton, getting, you know, the anxieties and the worries and the bullshit of the day off my back.
That's one of the things you got too, though, is that Peloton. Like,
hell yes.
Chloe Ting's great. I need some cardio, and I can't just go running, so I gotta.
But Chloe Ting's better. But Chloe Ting those photos is from Chloe Ting. It's not from like being on.
But you were doing Peloton in the midst of that too, sometimes.
But not as much as I am now.
So
That's
now
all
it's even
Chloe
gonna go.
Ting.
You're gonna be freaking.
That's ridiculous. I also think it's ridiculous. It's like, I have to get on the treadmill for 9 hours. It's like, I put on my Fitbit. I did those Chloe Ting workouts. I was burning over 500 calories during those workouts, which is like on a Peloton, a 30-minute ride, I might get up to 300 calories, which means nothing, but I'm just saying like a heart rate. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Doesn't?
it does. Yeah, you should be doing around 100 to 150 calories in 10 minutes.
I don't give a shit about calories. I don't give a flying shit about calories.
It's all math.
He says instead
Got
of
it, Jameson. And I've done that too. I'm probably going on a hike later today after my Chloe Ting workout.
Oh, great. Do you wear a Fitbit?
I don't. It broke. Remember, I told you it broke, and I just haven't got a new one because I'm like, but to me, the Fitbit doesn't mean anything because you just said like, who cares about the numbers? But that's all that's doing is taking care of the numbers.
No, but you're looking at your heart rate, and it just makes you feel accomplished. You need that because you're sitting here going, you know what I need to do? I need to...
Yeah.
Walks too. Here's the thing: we discount.
Was that me walking into a lake and just continuing to talk to myself?
Yeah, while you walk into the ocean and never return.
Yeah. You know what I need to do? Okay.
But I will say this: I like numbers, like Jameson says. He does like numbers. So do I. But I also think people are really hard on themselves, and by people I mean Jason and I. So I'll only speak for us. But like we're all or nothing. If I take my dogs for an hour walk, I listen to a sick podcast or like the Taylor Swift's new album. And I come back, I'm like, oh, I just burnt 200 calories. 200 calories. Yeah. So you know what that means? That means I'm not going to fucking kill myself over dinner or having a snack or eating freaking my kettle corn fucking Crispies, whatevers. And I'm going to watch a TV show. I'm going to have a really great time because I took time for myself to move my freaking body.
Hey, here's it's a left turn, but it's a left turn that was inspired by this. Any amazing books out there right now that people should be reading? And I say that because you said listen to a podcast, and I just got
Jason's
Audible,
over it. It was just like
no, I'm not over it. Now I'm like, cool. I'll go on these hikes, and you know what it is? Like I was like, I'm getting tired of most of my. I'm not getting tired, but like I'm burning through all my podcasts. I want to burn through a book. Any books out there so I can walk to?
Well, I'll open up my Audible and I'll tell you what I'm listening to. Okay. I have been listening to. Okay, well, I really like You'll Grow Out of It by Jessie Klein. That's a really good one. There's a really cool Audible series with Kate McKinnon, and she, I believe, wrote it with her sister Emily Lynn, and it's called Heads Will Roll. That one's really, really funny.
Okay.
Haley says, should I get Audible?
For me, it's this. I've done 2 books on it. One of them, I really loved the way it was read, and it was great. The other one, it was read so poorly that it was like hard to get through as a book. Just because the reader was like, I was like, I can't do this.
I think you might like Heads Will Roll because it's a narrative series. So it's like people acting it out, and there's like really great actors. Like Peter Dinklage is in it, and it's really good.
Okay.
Let's see what else I have on my library. Catch and Kill, Ronan Farrow. It's pretty intense, but that's a good one. What else? Oh, my self-help books. Nora Ephron, I Remember Nothing.
Yep.
It's a really great book. Anything by Nora Ephron, really. I Feel Bad About My Neck. Oh my God, I Feel Bad About My Neck is such a good Audible podcast or book. It's so good. Jameson says, I have a roommate now as of this past weekend, so getting over the self-conscious feelings of working out in home is what I'm working on now, and it's hard.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Oh, for sure. The Chloe Ting one, like even jumping up and doing burpees, like I feel bad about like my basement neighbor. So I've been like insecure about that. Dare I say, go to the park.
For insecurity, it's not about like the sounds. It's like, I just don't want people to, I hate going to the gym and having people look at me. Like I'll go with friends and I'll make sure that they can't see me.
Oh, so who goes to the gym with their friends? What a nightmare.
Well, because I used to live with Adam Colley. So and our gym was across the street. So we'd walk over together, but then I'd be like, okay. No. And he knew it. He was fine with it.
Well, Jameson, do you have a bedroom? Can you do the workout in there? That's my question.
I don't have really a bedroom.
Yeah, you live in the dining room. But also, guess what? Your child goes to bed at like 5 o'clock? Like when?
No, my child does not go to bed at 5 o'clock.
7:30?
No, like 8:30.
8:30? What's he going to a rave?
He's a bit of an aristocrat. He likes to hang out and like smoke and chill
Again,
out.
that was I just remember being a kid and my parents were like, go to bed. And we're like, later.
But my wife's been doing Chloe Ting with me for the most part.
That's great.
So like, it's been easy to like jump through it. But then she also has other stuff like her Zumba and stuff. So then she does like every third or fourth day with me.
The plank jacks I love. Those are great, but they're hard on your knees. I like
Any
the
of that,
up,
like
down.
the bunny hop one, and even when you're in a plank and you start jumping all over the place, I was like, at first I couldn't do them because of my back, but now it's like no problem.
But her planks, then you have to like go like
Up and downs,
up and down, the up and down planks. Oh, Jesus Christ, I hate those so much. I will say here's the thing. We create so much noise and we get insecure. And listen, no one wants to hear old McGonagall huffing and puffing like she's about to die. Like even on the Peloton, I'm like, ugh. Like you hear these guttural like, Jesus Christ.
On the days that I do it with my wife, I hold my audible stuff in check. But when because she'll sometimes take Charlie and be like, do your workout, and she'll leave. And I swear it's like someone's killing a pig in this my room or something like. Like with like a little tiny hatchet or something.
With a little tiny hatchet.
This is so much.
With a little tiny hatchet is a just.
It just goes on forever, and you got to put so much effort into it, and the reality of it is so terrible.
I just I remember working out with partners when we lived together, and I'd be like, please don't listen to me. Please don't listen to what's happening in the other room. And then they'd be like, yeah, no problem. And then I would work out and I would just come in and go, did you hear anything? They'd be like, no, babe, I didn't hear anything. I'm like, but did you hear something?
That was me with my wife when we started dating, and I would go to her washroom in her little 1-bedroom apartment and come out. I would also try to go fast enough that it just seemed like you went pee.
You shot poo out so fast. She was like, wow, he really pees.
You just walk through the door, you're like, okay, la la la. And as soon as you close the door, it's like, okay. And then you have to open the door back
you
up.
wanted to see. Did I ever tell you that I dated this one guy and we were on an anniversary dinner, and we were at this kind of like hipster place in Toronto. So it was like little and cute and whatever. And he's like, he just kind of like was like, I just have to go to the washroom. And I was like, okay. And so he goes to the bathroom, and we had ordered more cocktails, and the cocktails came. And I'm like,
could you hear him chopping wood or something in
no, he was downstairs.
The whole restaurant?
He was downstairs, and I started like drinking the cocktail, and I'm like, okay, keep drinking. And he's like, and then the chef was like, should I? Because it was one of those like chef makes like just constant mini courses until you kind of say like you're done or whatever. And he was like, should I hold back? And I was like, yeah, maybe just a second. And then I ended up finishing the cocktail, and then I had to text them, and I was like, where the flying fuck are you right now? and basically one of the items on the menu just really destroyed him, and he was there for like over 30 minutes.
Maybe this is one of those Chuck moments, and I don't even know if Chuck was like this, because there was a TV show called Chuck, and I never saw one episode. But wasn't that he's like a double agent or whatever? So maybe he was just like, he went down there.
No, I'm really glad
went back and like fought bad guys, and then came back and was like, whew, sorry about that. I was just taking a poo.
You have been hanging out with a 4-year-old too long. We're like, yeah. And then he went downstairs, and then he was fighting probably bad guys, and they were fighting all these bad guys, right? And then he came up because
bad guy.
He is a superhero. He was a superhero now. So then all the bad guys came up the stairs, and then he fought them. And then C-3PO comes, and then they all had a party. That's what you sound like.
We just finished drawing a comic book together, so you're right.
Do you think maybe he was downstairs fighting some superheroes? No, he was taking a shit. It was forever. It was our anniversary, and he had diarrhea.
That's how a lot of these shows start. It's like, oh my God, it's my wife's anniversary. I can't, but Dr. Badface is here. So I've got to figure out how I'm going to take down Dr. Badface and still have my wife's anniversary without letting her know that I am a superhero. But then you know what the twist is? You're a superhero too, and you haven't been telling him that as well.
I can't. I can't wait till Charlie's like drinking and hanging out.
My dad wants to talk about fucking superheroes again.
Oh God, I'm out there having a cigarette. He's talking about superheroes still. Well, you growing up
Anyone
was
see
hard.
Charlie? I got a mask. I got a mask of a superhero.
Devin says sometimes it be like that. You getting a phone call? Is it Hollywood? Is it Marvel? Are they ready? Did they like our story?
It's the boss. I can't tell you what it is means, but I've got to get out of here in 30 minutes.
Oh my God, I can't. Do you ever do that to your wife and she's like, just be quiet?
I don't think my wife's ever said that to me, but her eyes have said it to me many times.
Have mine ever said that to you?
Every time I open my mouth.
Yeah, right. Refuse. I refuse to let that land. Absolutely refuse.
This is after you just went on a rant about how what I said was so stupid.
It was.
It
was stupid. It was so stupid. That's like the rudest thing you could say to someone.
Why would you say that? That's so stupid.
I was watching Canada's Drag Race, which is amazing, and I highly recommend everyone watch it. And so they did this reading challenge where they sort of like, backhanded like just kind of like rip into each other a bit because that's one of the challenges. And
it's a reading challenge?
A reading challenge. So it's called reading, where it's like, Jason, I love that you just think you can wear whatever you want. just like little rips, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So one of them was maybe the best insult I've ever heard, and I can't wait for a moment in my life where I can use it because it's so good. Where one of the drag queens was like, I think it was like to the drag queen named Priyanka, who's incredible, but she's like, Priyanka, you must think you're like, what did she say?
Oh, now if this was in real life and this was the moment that you wanted,
I would have failed. But she goes, She goes, oh, you think you're so hot, but the only thing you're fucking is stupid. You must think you're so hot, but the only thing you're fucking is stupid. Is such a perfect fucking insult. Isn't it perfect? What's better than that? You don't think?
It's great.
Man, I can't wait to say that to someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was lemon. It was lemon, Jameson. He knows. It was lemon.
He's watching it.
It was so good. I audibly gasped. I was like, oh, that's perfect. It's so good.
Yeah, my boyfriend's stupid. You're right. It's fine.
There was another good one I've heard recently where you go, wow, you must have a really great real estate agent because you must have gotten a great price on that glass house. I was like, excuse me?
I want to take a class that teaches you like drag race burns. It's just like, okay, you have to come up with a metaphor for one, wordplay, and then like figure it all out and dissect these burns.
I always love when like they have these amazing lines, and then my other favorite is just when a drag queen will just go, "You're a whore." Like there's nothing about it. It's just so rude. It's nice to have balance. You know what I mean? But if someone's like, the only thing you're fucking is stupid. And the next person's like, you're a whore. I hate you. Your teeth are bad. Like whatever it is, just down the line.
Oh, God, that's the best.
It would be so funny.
Yeah. I want to see like that roast where they stand up and one person has well thought out metaphors and everything else and everything is very pristine, and the next person goes up and just like, you're fucking stupid. I hate you.
Yeah.
Your eyes suck.
Yeah. You just took my joke and just said it again. It's fun though. True. It's fun.
I know, but I'm like, I want to see I don't know where to put that and be like, I just want to see. It's perfect. Like it shows that comedy could be different all over the place. You'd be like, oh, great, we can write it this way. But someone might be like just charming enough to get up there and go, I know you gave me all these rules to write comedy with, but guess what? You're fucking stupid. Your hair sucks. And you're like, well, I'm laughing. So
yeah, but I think you would have to be so funny to get away with that, because if you're not funny and you're just saying those things, it's so uncomfortable.
That's the whole thing. I mean, we've seen it. We teach comedy and stuff like that. And you see it and you're like, well, that person can do whatever the heck they want and they're fine.
It's really hard when students go, well, why can they say that? And I can't. I'm like, well, you're not funny. Unfortunately.
Or we're just going to have to find a way that makes what your voice is. Your voice isn't that. Like, that's fine.
Them the breaks. You're poo-poo, I guess. No show for you. No, we don't like it. We don't like it in our
Speaking of,
ears.
though, you just put up a show and it's still out there. Is it
I
still
did.
available or is it no longer available?
It's still available. So I just directed and taught a really fun workshop called Sketch in 30. And my students just put up their graduation comedy show. It's an original review. It's an hour. And we premiered it on Friday. And it was so wonderful. It was so great.
Are you going to do the workshop again?
I am going to do the workshop again. Yes, I am. So yeah, it was an amazing, like the crew is so talented. Like they're so unbelievably talented. I was so lucky. And it was just so fun to work with them. You know?
That's fun.
Yeah, it's great when you teach a class and at the end of it, you're like, oh man, I want to do a sketch with all you, you know, where you like want to get in on the mix, you know? You're like, oh, you guys want to do a sketch with me?
You're the college prof at the frat house just being like, you can go. I'm ready to have some fun. You guys are great.
I know. But you know what? I do forget that they're kind of my age. Like some members are like in their 30s as well. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, kittens. Hi, kids. How are we doing? They're like, we're the same. I'm like, oh, are we? Are we?
Not really. I work at a bank and own a house. But
Get out of here, Brian. Oh, our lives are fun. We really went through it today, Jason. How are you feeling? I know that you were so sleepy at the end or beginning, and how are you feeling at the end?
I feel great.
Yeah?
I feel great.
I can hear Charlie in the back.
Yeah, he's I don't know, figuring out the world.
I know that dogs and kids aren't the same, but I will say this. Every morning I wake up, Burger acts like he's never been fed. He's never been loved. He's never been outside. Is it the same as children? Do you ever wake up and look at Charlie and just go, it's just the same every day?
Well, especially during the pandemic, but today he woke me up and he because I was in his bed because of his we didn't talk about this on the pod. I think we talked about it before the pod.
He had a nightmare, so you were sleeping with him.
He's going through some night terror things, which is crazy. So like I was in his singular bed and he woke up, but like when he wakes up, it was like eyes wide open and he goes, okay, let's play basketball, games to 100 points. And I'm like, okay.
Do you ever just go, no?
Today I did. Today was
but
like,
that's great.
It wasn't. It was hard because then for the next hour, I was like, because he got up before he was supposed to even get up. And I was like, you know that if you got a certain time that you're allowed to like wake up. He has an alarm clock that the light changes different colors to say you can get up and play by yourself. And you can get up and you can get mom and dad.
Yeah.
This is all maybe boring content, but today it was way before any of that. But he was like, instantly, we're playing a game. We're playing basketball. Let's go.
Although I can't judge him because that is what it would be like waking up with me. I'd be like, the second I'm awake, I'm like, good morning. So we're going to get coffee. Oh my God. Would an egg sandwich be like crazy this morning? Would it be crazy? Hey.
Yeah, but it would be 9 o'clock. And I'd be like,
9 o'clock.
I've been up for 3 hours. Let's go.
It'd be 10:30. And I would be like, hey, babe, can I ask you a question? Did you miss me while you were dreaming? Can you answer honestly?
You're in my dream.
I was in your dream.
I thought you said you only had nightmares. Do you want coffee?
We got to write that down. That's so classic. No, you got to feel that out. But anyways, good question.
On Friday, when we come back on Friday, we're gonna have a guest.
We are going to have a guest. We're super excited. Jason is going to bring his before and afters, and not afters, his progress pics, let's say, of his fitness journey.
The after is going to be on my birthday, and I know that
there's no after
because then it's like.
Did you listen to anything I said?
I just said. I even said it before you.
This is how I'm going to talk to you from now on. This is the vibe. It will not change.
I'm not Burger. I'm not Vic.
What?
You sound like you're talking to your pets. Don't do that. Do not shit there.
Exactly. You know where you're shitting right now? In your own mouth, Jason.
Oh, geez, it must have been a good night.
Sit. Stay. No, I don't talk to my dogs like that. I just they get talked to like just like a confused older woman. Like, excuse me, in what world? Okay, so you are going to bring in your progress pics,
and then and we've got some more obviously like some dumb stories backlogged, so we're good.
Oh, well, definitely going to play Ding That's My Stop. And are you going progress? Exactly. Progress instead of progress. We're all learning. So we'll see if we're going to do a cocktail. I don't know. I don't know what I'm feeling. Could you do one? Like a Caesar or? We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll think about it.
I won't do it. I probably won't do a Caesar.
Damn. Okay, well, we'll figure
Definitely
it all
bring
out.
a cocktail, though.
Yeah, it's Friday. We got to bring a cocktail. So we will see you all on Friday. Thank you so much. Thank you for being so lovely with my Chloe Ting progress pics. That's so sweet. We adore you all. Thank you for the much needed self-esteem boost, Dorinos. If you like this podcast, please like it. It just gets it out into the algorithm, which is always nice. So we can grow this little community.
On top of it, if we ever hit that 300 subscribers, we're having a party.
Netflix party.
Netflix party. We're 52 away. Someone call 52 friends right now.
52 friends, get them on board. And if you're listening to this, youtube.com/theregulars, you can watch it as well. Thank you for listening and supporting. And I just checked all the lovely reviews that people have left that we did not even ask for. And let me tell you, we thoroughly enjoy them. So thank you to everyone who's taken the time to do that. It's really, really sweet. We really adore you. And we will see you all on Friday.
Can't wait.
I was just waiting for you. And here's to Jason going back to bed. Bye, everyone.
I wish.